Absolutely great stuff from your boy Izzy there, saying your soul is mine and laughing manically, rather. It looks like they've done their button checks. They're ready to go. So we're ready to go from our side. I can't wait to jump into this one. Z just actually beat Tugger Khan, who was looking phenomenal. Technically, he was the winner of the LCQ.
Yeah, he's come through this essentially as first seed from the LCQ,
Yep.
so fifth seed essentially in the top 8. That is surprising. That is surprising. He looked very clean
Very
in
solid.
that final against Zaza. Surprising, I think, pretty much everyone in the room.
Yeah.
Yep.
With a katana as well in Target side. So it looks like from our side of things, they still got a couple more checks to go through. So it looks like they're about to get underway. If not, they're underway in the first round. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. So they've selected their characters. On the left-hand side is Mr. 5000. He's going to be playing with the Jacqui Briggs. We saw it a little bit earlier. On the right-hand side is Kabal. So, right now.
People say very much an underrated character. Everyone seems to like to play him down, especially the guys who main him. And here we go. He comes in with that fatal blow, cross screen, very unexpected. And the thing about Kabal is you won't really realize, but every one of his strings ends off safe, whether it's at the overhead or the low. It really makes it very difficult to get in. You've got to force this guy to whiff, make mistakes. That's really the play. And I think that's something that Mr. 5000 kind of is a master of. So here we go.
Absolutely.
Gets the full string in, 15-hit combo, and forces Kabal into the corner, exactly where you want to be with Jacqui Briggs.
Tries to connect in with the overhead, but not going to be able to find his way in now. Plus, good block tech being showed there from Z, who now has an opportunity to launch a combo of his own. However, that gets blocked out in time. Wasn't quick enough to be able to react in the walk-in on that one. So, both of these players giving each other a fair, decent amount of respect, blocking out necessarily good throw tech being shown once again.
The one thing that impresses me the most about these guys is they just seem to read that throw so well. And when you try and even switch it up, throw them backwards, somehow they guess that too.
Well, all the players or all the people watching in from Celtic Throwdown, if you're going to be there, you got to watch out. Africa is coming, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. And there we go, Jacqui looking very strong here, evening things out now, 1-1.
Yep.
Again, the throws unable to tech there. He's mixing things up, keeping it difficult. Obviously, Jacqui does have those command grabs, which mixes you up quite heavily.
Oh, big crushing blow to the neck at the moment, as it looks like Z is fighting pretty solidly up against Mr. 5000 himself. Potentially coming in as arguably the favorite. I mean, he came through the online side of things in that #1 seed, but for right now, it is Z laying down the damage as he tries to land those hooks. It looks like a mid manages to connect into a full string, and he'll keep the juggle going. This man doesn't drop, Luca.
And when it comes to his strings with Jacqui, they're almost perfect every single time. I mean, once you get grabbed, you realize you're going to take the full hit. It's either you got to make the decision. Is it worth giving away my bar to break away?
Huge uppercut as he managed to connect with that. Now it is going to be Mr. 5000 on the back foot as the low will be able to find its way in. Oh, just like that, he doesn't block in time. Mr. 5000 goes down 1-0 to ZeeTheJanitor.
Good play. Yeah, the zoning from Kabal, very powerful. Has the enhanced, and he can even bring you down with a low as well. So keeps you guessing in his range in his zoning game as well.
This is probably the most shook I've seen Mr. 5000 in a long time, ladies and gentlemen.
The first character selection switches up to the zoner. Something I would expect. Obviously, Kabal being extremely potent at close range, able to mix you up with that low or the overhead.
The zoning.
Cetrion just going to keep him away.
Yeah,
that's the goal.
Keep him away indeed. And of course, not going to find yourself in his too many cornered situations at the moment.
We've seen a few strong Cetrions today. Jabim made it into the top 8, if I'm not mistaken, or just below the top 8 of the LCQ with his Cetrion as well. So let's see if we can see some special stuff here from Mr. 5000. Seems to have an incredible character roster.
Absolutely.
Pretty much can pick anything.
And at the moment, it is going to really come down to, can Z take this damage from a distance? Will he be able to find his way in?
It's so difficult because if you essentially escape the boulder and you jump, she switches it up and throws that air ball, and it turns into a crushing blow.
Absolutely.
It's incredible. It's so difficult to get in on this character. Has extremely powerful chip as well. And there it is.
Ooh. Just like that, the crushing blow will be able to connect, and now Z on the back foot as it's Cetrion, not Centurion, Cetrion coming in from Mr. 5000 looking absolutely massive. Oh, it's that low grab that just gets you every time.
I mean, that low grab can be extended to a fatal blow as well. It's so brutal. And you look at Mr. 5000 again, just no fear of that zoning. Ducks, no block.
Ooh. Ooh.
Full extension. Full extension. No bar to escape, and there it is. 400 plus. Woo.
That's exactly what we like to see here from Z, who's currently 1-0 down on rounds, but 1-0 up on the match at the moment, as the ground pound will come out, and it doesn't look like Mr. 5000 is going to be able to make the most of it. The distance being bridged by Z is pretty admirable at the moment, it has to be said.
Yeah, just utilizing the zoning that Kabal does have. You know, able to jump into the air, throw down those glaives, and able to take away at a crucial time the overhead fatal. But still a bit of work to do. This is not going to be a kill.
This is
Mr.
going to be tough.
has to find his way in now to finish things off. Obviously giving Kabal the fatal blow too.
The solar beam coming out there. At the moment, the grab will be able to connect, and the ground and pound now. Will he be able to find his way in? No, he will take the damage, and just like that, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. 5000 is back in action.
Oh, the character switches. Here we go. These guys just have such a massive roster. It blows
I love it.
me away. It blows me away.
Scorpion obviously going to be able to bridge that distance a little bit better. So now it's all about the tactical approach. Will he be able to counter? This is going to be a big question that Z needs to answer right now. Will his Scorpion be enough to take down Mr. 5000?
Having I think a sound issue with Mr. 5000's Razor Hitties there.
All right.
Replugged in.
Just making sure that everything's pretty much good to go from their side of things. So for right now, ladies and gentlemen, this is match number 2 between these two players. They're tied up at 1 apiece, and just making sure that they've got full sound, full equipment. Of course, we need to make sure that they've got the best experience possible before they jump into the game. So many things, like when it comes down to this high level of gameplay, so many things can change.
Oh yeah.
Like whether that's a button, a controller, and it can really influence your game, because mentally you're now thinking about, oh, there's a loose button, maybe there's a headset issue. 100%. It all comes down to, we want to make sure that they're as comfortable as possible, and that's why we're going to hold tight here, ladies and gentlemen, before we cross over. So for right now, I want to give you guys a little bit of an update in terms of the scoreboard of what has happened on the brackets. Like so we're going to give that a lovely little bit of a refresh. So Zaza actually beat X-Ray 3-2, and he's playing up against Shao Kahn, or Shokan, rather, and they're going to be going head-to-head against one another. Mr. 5000 taking on ZeeTheJanitor. On the lower bracket side of things, it's going to be Grootty taking on Targa Khan, and I believe that will be our next game that we'll be seeing up on stage. For right now, we're going to make sure everything's reset and swapped out.
What a stacked bracket, dude.
What
a pool of sharks.
It's a dirty bracket at the moment, to be honest. X-Ray as well, taking on RTK. Those two players absolutely phenomenal in their own right. To be honest, I can see anybody coming out on top of this one.
To an X-Ray match, because we have not seen a...
Looks like we got the action. We got the action. So we're going to cross over to that, to the gameplay. And we're going to make sure that we can watch all of the action between these two players. There we go. It is going to be the Scorpion taking on the Cetrion from Mr. 5000. Looks like we didn't lose too much of the action, as the grab will be able to find its way in
so
there.
It's the reborn Scorpion as well. So it has those teleport cancels, pretty much the perfect answer for the zoning from Cetrion. You do have the favored Searing Blade Scorpion usually, but I think in this situation he really suits perfectly. And there's the tech once again, ducks the grab and gets the punish of the overhead.
And there we go, just trying to find his way in, but so far Z's doing well to escape the damage. Oh, not going to be able to find his way in there. Wow, can't feel too great about that one, as the overhead will get ducked out. Oh, will be able to find his way in with a forward 2, or forward 1 rather.
No, so it's like watching a game of chess with these guys playing.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, just like that, gets the low kick, and it's 1 round in favor of Z.
Here we go, mix up, the pick seems to be working. Yep, they find a character pick, let's go pick the counter. It's like having that pool to your name is so powerful. Gets in the extended grab, punished with that crushing blow. What, 31% there?
Around about 31%, and this is going to put Mr. 5000 in a little bit of a predicament at the moment. We'll be able to wake up with that back 3.
How's that, hey? Hits that low kick, whiffs, takes one little step back and gets the grab. He's really mastered that sort of whiff play, Mr. 5000. Breaks out of the grab.
I'm so impressed by Z right now. He was telling me a little bit earlier how much homework he's been putting in, and at the moment it looks like he's been studying Mr. 5000. On the other side of things, we'll be able to connect with the low. Mr. 5000 works that one into a back grab.
Accept defeat.
Here we go. Turns things around now, gets him to the corner. Ooh, look to use that interactable, but completely misses out on that. And actually, there gets it on the second time. Both players actually try to get that off there, but Mr. Z, finding success.
Absolutely fantastic. So 2-1, I believe, in favor of Z at the moment.
2-1, yeah. Both players now looking to counter again. Is this another change up here from Mr. 5000?
Will he go with the Baraka, though? That's the question. Just to be able to find his way in there, and so much damage also from a distance. You need to make sure that you're keeping away. Oh, Luca.
Here we go. Here we go.
Sands of time.
Grab City.
Grab City coming out here today. Such a dangerous opposition is Mr. 5000.
I mean, you have to, you know, now playing this character choice, you constantly have to be worried about that low sand puddle. It's always grabbing you, forces a punish into a crushing blow. It's really unbelievable. Here we go.
Oh, the TB's not going to be able to find its way in on the other side of things. We'll be able to connect with the knock-up. The Sands will whip him up. And at the moment, oof.
He's actually gone new era. So not the popular, not the usual pick from Geras. Has the cancels and command grabs as well. So has a nuance to him. Keeps you guessing.
Absolutely. A bit of a different pickup, and it's something that we actually haven't seen. Uppercut, uppercut, and just like that, lands all the big damage that he needs to.
Misses that extension there right at the end. He was really looking for that. But a clean round here. Look at those cancels into the grab. Working that new era perfectly here is Mr. 5000. He was playing around with him a little bit yesterday, and it seems to be paying off.
Fight.
I'm really impressed with Mr. 5000. We'll be able to start this one with the low now, or the sand trap once again being able to find its way in.
And that low cancel is so powerful, man. And just able to read the teleports now. Just working that perfectly and punishes with that back grab into a 35%er. Breaks the throw.
Now trying to connect with those down ones. Both players just playing the footsies, but it will be the grab throw that be able to come back into that back throw. Ooh, however, it's your boy Z.
Oh man, that's funny.
Damn.
Oh, the hitboxes sometimes can give you a giggle. There he is. Still some work to do now. And the grab comes in. It's not going to be... It is going to be enough. Damn.
We're going to match number 5 here, Luca. Very excited to get this one going as both these players now. It's down to Z.
And it goes back to the Kabal. Obviously favoring that close range engagement against Geras. Geras is someone who can punish the zoning play. Quite difficult as a zoner. So I think he's going to try and mix him up nice and sweet. We've got a stare from the camera there, Mr. 5000 looking ready.
Looking ready. Both of these gents. You can see Z just sitting back thinking, what do I need to do in this fight? And I love this. Taking the composed time to decide, you know what? I need to think about what my strategy is going into this game. Am I going to open? How am I going to be able to try exploit his mistakes? Have I noticed any patterns throughout the game of how I can exploit? And for right now, he locks in the Kabal.
Wow, I mean, looking at the way Mr. 5000 is utilizing this Geras, he really is poking with that down one, checking you and just into a grab, whether it be a command grab, normal throw. It's so difficult to guess that you almost have to respond with a tech automatically. But here we go.
The wake-up comes in into the low, and just like that, we'll be able to knock him up. However, does not complete the string. On the other side of things, it is the shoulder charge coming in, and burn from the meter there from Z defensively will mean that he doesn't necessarily have what he needs on the back foot should he find himself in a combo. Good trades being shown up from both of these players.
Corner control here, coming up the Geras, the tech as well. Just keeping that pressure up.
Really good play. A lot of great blocking being shown from both of these players.
All of these strings from Kabal, take note, are all safe, which is the scary thing.
Oh, actually goes with the down shoulder there.
Looking for the reset. For the reset there. Keeps the Kabal standing and into the forward throw. Oh, the overhead cancel. What?
Just like that, it's going to be Z now putting him into the corner, and let's see if he's going to be able to escape with some damage on this one. We'll be able to start this string up. However, oh, it's the wake up coming in.
Delay that just enough to force the action out of Kabal, and wakes up and finishes the round. It's one of the most frustrating ways to lose a round, man. Oh.
All right, so Z starting things off in round number 2 pretty well, as he will be able to connect with a full string for 300.
Oh, there it is. Spinner gets the full juggle as well.
Dirty from Z. He's coming out fighting. He's not going to give up in this winner's bracket just yet, as he will be able to connect with the low. It is going to be a rollout coming in here from Mr. 5000. The low, however, connects from his side of things. Will he be able to bring in the mix-up? Oh, he actually goes with the forward throw on this one.
Such a long throw, man. Just like, oh, please just destroy me already. Oh, the
great
tech
wake
as well.
up. Oh,
these techs, unbelievable.
Absolutely fantastic.
The reactions.
And it's so tricky to predict exactly what your opposition is going to be able to do, but they're so on point. And this is why they're some of our top players in the competition.
Oh, hands down. You know, if you open yourself up, just be prepared to lose 30% of your HP. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. And there's the back grab, 140, forces himself into the corner, interestingly enough, and does another back grab, forces Kabal back into that trap. And here it is. That's a low sand trap, not connecting. Again, safe abilities here from Kabal, but gets reset into the corner here by Geras. Look at that, just walk up. The attitude from Mr. 5000. No fear, gets the full
Mr.
juggle.
5000, you dirty, dirty man, you, as he keeps it going. However, on the other side of things, Z's trying to get himself out of this predicament. However, it is once again another back throw that finds its way forward. It's a low one into another back throw, and just like that is your boy, Mr. 5000, coming up with the win, 3-2.
Just grab us, those down checks into grabs, so potent here for the Geras. Obviously can mix you up into a command grab as well, so it's like, do I block, do I tech? Like, what do you do in that situation? It's so difficult, but well played from both of those gents. We saw like, what, 5 characters there in one set?
Around about 5 characters in one set. It was
Impressive.
absolutely phenomenal. On the other side of things, I believe we've got a game still taking place. It is Zaza taking on Shokan. It looks like one of them has come up with a win, so we'll wait for the result on that side of things. But for right now, I think we're treated to a fantastic game there. Mr. 5000 proving his worth as he knocks down ZeeTheJanitor into the loser's bracket.
That's what you want to see in these sort of late stage winner bracket games. Guys are fighting for that double elim advantage. It is so valuable at this stage. Having that reset, giving you that opportunity to really understand what your player's sort of approach is in the final, and able to repick, maybe change up your style completely and go into a resetted game as a new player, essentially. So I think the guys are valuing that, knowing who is in this bracket. Whoever you find yourself having extra 3 games against, it means a lot. It really